Lesson 5, content acquisition. Even though you might have some content buckets now, you still need to get creative within those to get consistent content published each week. So this is how we can acquire content to fill up those buckets. And what's really awesome is that we are able to actually acquire content. We don't always have to create content, which saves us an incredible amount of time. And we can see what's already working and use that content directly. So this is what I did for my account, National Parks Pro. I was king of content acquisition. That's true. I spent a lot of time acquiring content. You can see I have almost 1,800 posts. And I would say probably almost all of those are from other people. Very few of those are mine. Maybe 5 to 10 or less are my actual posts that I created. And I was able to grow my account using other people's content to over 130,000 followers now. This slide's a little bit old, but I am growing the account more and more each day by using other people's content, which is awesome, using their photos. I'm actually a horrible photographer, but my account is filled with beautiful images. So this is a great strategy. It's allowed me to cut down on headaches of creating content. And now it comes down to curating content is what it is, basically. Instead of trying to create my own content, I can now find just a few photographers, ask them, swipe their good photos, and now I have tons of images I can use for the next several days. This allows me to maintain that consistency because guess what? If I am posting 3 times a day and I don't have anything for tomorrow, well, that's not great. Instagram doesn't like that. My audience doesn't like that. I need to maintain that consistency. And this one massive strategy has allowed me to grow my account significantly and make money, and is the whole reason why we're talking today. So this is a really important strategy, guys. Definitely do not overlook this one. So let's talk about the different ways you can actually acquire content on Instagram. Well, the first thing you can do is you can repurpose your own existing content. Go through your entire portfolio, whatever you have that's usable, make sure you use it. Create a Google folder, whatever it is, have one location that you're going to have all of your high quality content in. Make sure and get headshots on a regular basis. If you have any existing headshots, use those. Even if those images have already been posted on Instagram, you've used them, that's fine. You can repost the same post a couple of different times, and Instagram is fine with that. Your audience is okay with that. They probably won't remember. So you can make the same post over and over again within reason. As long as you do it every few months, you should be okay with that. So you can hire a local photographer off thumbtack.com and have them take headshots of you. You can go to recognizable places in your local market and get headshots there in front of local landmarks. So take advantage of any staging opportunities that you have. Whether you're a realtor or an investor, you're probably going to be staging some properties. So get out in front of your brand, show people what you're doing, get some headshots in front of your listing there. And that's a great way to just get more exposure and get more Instagram fodder. So before and after photos, if you're an investor, this is another great opportunity. People love to see those transition shots and love to see us beautifying the neighborhood. Customer testimonials. This is another really, really good one, guys. You can bribe some of your past customers to do a video testimonial, pay them with an Amazon gift card. And that's a great way to get some video material for your Instagram account. Challenges. So if there's any video trends we can jump on, any low-hanging fruit to get a massive following really quickly, that might be a good one as well. So additional tips, user-generated content. As I talked about earlier, get your content from other people. If you have other realtors in your market and they have a listing, reach out and say, hey, can I potentially share your listing? Would that be okay? Would your broker be okay with that? And hey, if they're okay with that, or if you have the same broker, reach out to your broker and say, hey, would it be okay if I shared other realtors' listings? And then reach out to those other realtors and say, hey, maybe I can bring you a buyer. Some realtors are going to be okay with that, some aren't. So just reach out and see if they're okay with it. There's plenty of other opportunity. If you're an investor, just reach out to other people in your local market and see if you can share their content. Most of them are going to be okay with it. So when it comes to user-generated content, I always recommend asking. Reach out to them, send them a direct message, say, hey, I love your profile. Would it be okay if I shared some of your content? 90% of the time, they're going to be okay with it. Sometimes I've just taken it and posted it anyway. I don't recommend that. A couple of people have gotten really mad, and I did take it down right away. Nothing happened, but I just don't recommend posting without consent. So just make sure that you do get consent from them, that it is okay to actually use their content. Partner shout outs. So if you have anyone you work with, any JV partners, any construction companies you work with, any realtors that you're friends with if you're an investor, any investors that you might be friends with if you're a realtor, right? You can shout out your partners, you can share their content, they can share some of your content, and hopefully grow from each other's audiences. So that's a great way to get more followers as well and just more content. Brand ambassadors. You post one of their images, they post one of yours, right? So it's very similar to that partner shout out. You just don't have as good a relationship with them quite yet. All right, another really awesome way to acquire content is to use Canva. They have tons of stock photos in there that are really high quality, very simple to add your logo to those images. And now you have a halfway decent post you can put out there. So that's a great way to get additional content as well without having to get in front of the camera and necessarily create that content on your own. Pro tips. All right, so let's talk about a few pro tips here. First of all, don't try to implement these all at once. I recommend just picking out one or two of these per month, getting a really good feel for those, develop some good relationships with the local accounts on Instagram, keep acquiring content from them, focus on what's working, and then you can sprinkle in a few more of these different strategies, and then keep going back to the drawing board. Okay, this is working really well. I'm going to keep doing that. This one's not working so well anymore. Let's maybe find something different. And if you do this properly, guys, you're going to be swimming in content. So make sure to beat your competition to market. Take these tactics and strategies, make sure to implement them, and get there first. Excellent. We got through it, guys. Now let's focus on the next lesson, putting money in your pocket.